Dear students, in this video I am just going to discuss about differentiability of a function at a given point. So this is the definition of differentiability of a function. A function f is said to be differentiable at x is equal to c if limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c exists finitely. That means to check the differentiability of a function, we have to check whether this limit x tends to c f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c exists or not, and if it exists, whether the number is finite or not. So these two things we have to check. So let us come to check whether this function exists or not. Under what condition this limit x tends to c f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c exists? This limit will exist only when left hand limit will be equal to right hand limit. So let us discuss about its left hand limit. So generally we call this left hand limit as left hand derivative because we are checking whether this function is, we are checking the differentiability of the function. So left hand derivative, we call it as LHD, left hand derivative, is equal to limit x tends to c minus f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c. And we know to find the left hand limit we can replace this c by, yes, this limit x tends to c minus by limit h tends to 0. So let us replace it, which can be written as limit h tends to 0, and when we replace this x tends to c minus by h tends to 0, this x will be replaced by c minus h. So f of c minus h minus f of c divided by, again we have to replace this x by c minus h, it becomes c minus h minus c. Now this plus c minus c cancel, and which is equal to limit h tends to c, sorry, h tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h. This is the left hand derivative. Let us discuss about its right hand derivative, RHD, we call it as RHD. Right hand derivative is equal to limit c tends to 0 plus, limit x tends to c plus f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c. And let us replace this x by h. It can be written as limit h tends to 0. We have to replace this x by c plus h because we are finding right hand limit. So f of c plus h minus f of c divided by x minus c, and which can be written as this x is to be replaced by, yes, c plus h. So c plus h minus c plus c minus c cancel, which is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. Now this is the left hand derivative and this is the right hand derivative. So to make this function differentiable, these two must be equal. Left hand derivative must be equal to right hand derivative. So this is the first condition to be a function differentiable. This function will be differentiable only when this limit h tends to 0, limit h tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h must be equal to limit h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. If these two are equal, not only equal, these two are equal and this limit will give a finite value, then only this function will be a differentiable function at x is equal to c, or we can say this function is differentiable at x is equal to c. Thank you.